Hey everyone, so tonight I'm doing a review on the Marvel Legends Man-Thing Build-A-Figure. I've been kind of wanting to review this guy. He's really cool. There's some things that I didn't expect on the body of this figure compared to the other Build-A-Figures that use the same mold that I kind of want to show you guys. It's pretty cool. I'm sure those that have already have it know what I'm talking about. But just overall, this is just a really big step for Hasbro. I mean, looking at all the details and the paint applications, it's really a nice Build-A-Figure. So let him finish up his 360 and we'll check out the details. Alright guys, so starting off with that head sculpt. I think the head sculpt looks great. I really like it. I like how pliable he is. Like all this is very pliable, even underneath. I just think that looks great. Just overall, just a nice, detailed, great sculpt. All that sculpting detail on the front. Just the browns with the dark greens. I mean, the red eyes look good. It's just all around, all the grassy look. I mean, it just looks really good. Really good. So you can see on the top here, you kind of see more of the, kind of like the, what are they called? Roots, like growing on the top of his head. I just think that looks really cool. And then also on the body, this is what I want to talk about, is there's kind of like a rubber skin over the main buck. I think that's great. Gives it a different feel and texture to it, which I really like. But overall, I mean, just looking at the whole body, just all the different vines and the grass and the kind of like these boils in here, like it just looks really cool. But you can still see like the muscle definition, like the collarbone. I just think that looks really cool. So anything on the back here, you can see all these like vines and roots kind of growing into his back. I just think that looks really cool. And the moss, I think that looks great. But I like how it kind of bulges, out on top, gives it that new look without looking like the other Build-A-Figures that come in the same body, like Ultimate Green Goblin that we've seen, and along with others. I think it just looks really cool. It stands out to me. And I like how the lines just blend right in right here, so you can barely see the waist swivel. I think that's really cool. And coming down these arms looks really good. You can kind of see some of the more browns kind of put into the grass. I think that looks nice. But I mean, overall, it just looks really cool. It's got these big, brown, sharp-looking nails. But I mean, even they sculpted in the joint. I think that's great. So if you have him like me in a vanilla pose with his arms down, and you see it sculpted there, where on the hand it's not, so it's more smooth. So it kind of gives you an idea how it looks. Just, I kind of wish they did just to match it, but not too bad. You have the hands turned, you can't really tell. But again, it just looks really cool. See on the hair, it's just kind of. Just looks really nice. He's got the little kind of grass underwear there. It continues with the brown. But look at here, you can kind of see some like mushrooms on his thighs here. I think that's pretty cool. And on this side there's nothing, but there's more of these boils. But I think it looks really cool. And it's got more long grass around his shins. It's got some more of that brown on the front of the grass. And got the big sharp toenails. But again, I mean, it's a nice looking figure. I really, really like this Build-A-Figure. So I'm going to go over the articulation. So his head looks up about that much. So you can kind of can look up. Looks down, not very much, but it kind of bob up and down, you can see. Looks side to side, decent, not a whole lot. It's got ball joints in the shoulders to move out. And since this is kind of pliable, it definitely has some give forward and back. He's got an upper bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, which moves up pretty good. It's got a wrist rotation, also a hinge at the wrist. It's got a nice ab crunch. Crunches forward, crunches back. You can kind of see it goes back pretty good for a big figure. It's got a waist swivel. His legs can do almost the splits. It's got an upper thigh swivel and kick forward and kick back, not too far. It's got a double jointed knees, nice and clicky. I like that. No boot swivel, or his ankles move down, they move up, and he does have those nice ankle rockers. And this is nice and pliable, so it gets out of the way. And pegals at the bottom of the feet. So I'll show you guys how tall Man-Thing is. Alright guys, so Man-Thing stands roughly, come on, tape measure, about 8 inches tall. It's a good size figure. Then we'll bring in his Toy Biz friend that he's definitely you can just see the difference in how much bulkier he is. Toy Biz one's still really cool, has a ton of different sculpt and detail also. Like I like how the Toy Biz one's got these you know, twigs and tree branches sticking out the back. I think that's pretty cool. But I like the size of the Hasbro one just because how big he is. So you can just kind of see. The Toy Biz one's pretty skinny. But Toy Biz one's still very cool. I mean, but I just like the overall big size of the Hasbro one. But I would definitely say the Toy Biz one has more paint applications and sculpted detail. I don't know why it's not standing up for us. Come on. That's just my opinion though. But kind of giving him, you know, after I get him standing, they're too close. There we go. So you can kind of see a little side view of them, or not side, front on, you know, head on facing you. But so it's pretty cool. So I'm kind of curious, what do you guys think? Which Man-Thing do you guys prefer? Right now, I'm really liking the Hasbro one just because of, like I said, I'm repeating myself, but the size, I think the size looks really cool. But it is cool seeing these guys next to each other so you can get a good comparison. But anyway, there you guys go. That's my review on the Marvel Legends Man-Thing Build-A-Figure. Hope you guys liked it. Please leave a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe if you haven't. All right, take care, guys. Have a great night.